Ay, coming in, yeah. Flex, I just wanna win, yeah. LABB, who we running with, yeah.
Guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. So I am Miss Lovely, back with another video. So you guys, you already know it is Valentine's Day season. It's Valentine's Day. It's Lover's Lane. It's the time of love. It's the time of appreciating the one that you're with, your husband, your wife, your spouse, your boo thing, whomever you're spending this time with. This is the season of love, you guys. You guys, I'm going to share just a few tips on thinking outside the box for Valentine's Day. Now, this is for the grown and the sexy, okay? Now, if you are under the age 18, this is not the video for you. I repeat, this is not the video for you, okay? Every time I upload videos, it asks the question, is this video made for kids? And I check no, okay? So if you're under the age 18, then click off the video right now, okay? Because this is for the grown and the sexy. This is for the adults in the room, okay? Okay, keep in mind, this is for the grown and the sexy. You got to be able to think outside the box. This is not the ordinary date night, dinner, and a movie type thing, okay? So if you're interested in hearing some outside of the box tips for date night, then keep on watching. So before I begin, I do have my notes right here because I will be looking down, and I wanted to make sure I point out everything that I've been thinking about and I've been jotting down. So I've got my notes right here. I am a writer, so therefore I like to write down my thoughts so I won't forget anything. I've got my glass of wine right here, so if you are a wine drinker, then go get you a glass of wine, honey, because I'm about to spill just a few gems on you, okay? So if you're ready to hear these gems of how we're going to think outside the box, quarantine style, grown and sexy style, then let's get to it. Let's sip first. Cheers. Cheers to 2021 having tunnel vision. Cheers to 2021 just being all of the things. Cheers to 21 for everything 2020 wasn't. Okay? Cheers. All right, so when you think outside the box, you want to think of things that you typically would not do on a typical date night. Even if you do things that you would typically do on a date night, but just kind of spice it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like the regular dinner and movie, that's kind of played out. I mean, it's 2021. We moving on to bigger and better things. We're going to think outside the box. So this tip is to create, you and your boo, a 3 or 4 course meal. Now, I'm not talking about any old regular steak and potatoes shrimp meal. I mean a meal that you actually have to create, like a home cooked meal. I'm not talking about nothing boxed that you can just pop it out the box, put it in the stove, cook for 2 minutes, and it's done. I ain't talking about nothing you just pop in the microwave and it's done. I'm talking about a real 3 to 4 course dinner that it takes time for you to go get the ingredients and actually cook. So if you're going to do the mashed potatoes, don't just do the mashed potatoes that come in the box. Do mashed potatoes where you actually literally have to go and cook the potatoes and mash the potatoes up. Yeah. Like, make a 3 to 4 course full meal. You and babe can, basically create the meal from scratch. That's tip number 1. Just basically, creating the meal. And that brings the creativeness from him and you are that just generates creativeness from both parties. You get what I'm saying? Because you're doing it from scratch. So that's one thing that you can do. The next thing that you can do is create a wine tasting. I do know there are several places that you can go that actually allow you to buy like the mini bottles of wines. My husband and I are very, we're very much so wine drinkers. Go get some different mini bottles, and I'm not talking about the typical Stella Rosa. I'm not talking about the typical Boone's Farm or the typical Barefoot. I mean, try different wines that you've never seen before. Try different wines that you've never tasted before, and just get the mini bottles of those, and you might expose yourself to something that's really, you never know until you try it. And it's nothing like buying a big bottle of wine and you really don't like it. So that's why I suggest going to get the mini bottles of wine, different wines, and just create a whole vibe of doing a wine tasting, but it's just, you know, just your own spin on it, and get the mini bottles. So that's just another tip that you can do, is creating a whole vibe of doing a wine tasting. The next thing that you could possibly do is take it old school. You can do the drinking game. Now, drinking game, you know how you used to just drink and you answer a couple questions, and if you answer the question, you get it wrong. Well, let's just say you and babe are watching a movie and your favorite character smiles or laughs during the movie. You gotta drink. Yes, you gotta drink. Now, if you're not a drinker, then this wouldn't be ideal for you because you don't drink, and it, you know, kind of defeat the purpose. But this is for someone who indulge in the spirits, okay? If you indulge in wine, if you indulge in alcohol, then this would be a perfect game for you. Doing the drinking game, but just putting it with a spin. So while you're watching a movie, if it's your favorite character and they start smiling, or if they say a certain word, you got to take a drink, and vice versa. That's a perfect way to get tipsy. Another thing that you could do is do a paint and sip, or you can have like a paint night. You know, I know it's become very typical for us to just go to like a paint bar or a paint studio, and you just paint your portrait, and you have the paint, you know, you have the instructor basically instruct you and kind of guide you on what you're going to paint. But you can basically do that at home. You can basically go to Walmart or your local Michael's, your local craft store, and get you some canvases, get you a few get you 2 easels, get you some paint and some brushes, and you can paint some wall art. Like up there, you can paint wall art or whatever. But if you want to put a little spin on it, honey, girl, paint each other. Like I said, I'm trying not to be too explicit because I don't want YouTube to flag my video. But you guys, if you're growing in your sex, you know what you know. You know what I'm saying. But just do some painting and sipping, and just sit there while your spouse or your mate paints you a portrait, a beautiful portrait, that is. Just liven it up some, you know what I'm saying? Just spice it up, okay? Spice it up. Another tip that you could do, now this one particularly can be for those who are married. You can actually watch your wedding video, or you can look at your wedding pictures and just have a roast session. Like, how fun is that? Like, I'm pretty sure if you've been married for a while, then a lot of things have changed. And just think about how times have changed, how the world has really evolved. Think about how you used to look versus how you look now, and just straight roast each other. Like, how fun is that? Like, Even though me and my husband got married back in 2017, I look back at my wedding video, I'm like, what in the world was I thinking? Like, look at him. Look at him. Oh my God, look at her. What was I thinking? Look at me. You know what I'm saying? Just straight roast, like a roasting session. Like, that is so fun to do. You just got to really be creative and just think outside the box. And if you don't have a video, look at your old wedding pictures and just kind of just roast each other. You know what I'm saying? That's just something cute. That's just something fun. Just something very outside the ordinary. Just have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? The next idea could be a spa night. Become a masseuse. You can become a masseuse for the night. But that's just so plain Jane. I mean, you can give your spouse, you can give your boo thing a massage anytime, but spice it up. While you're that masseuse, you can become your alter ego. So you can become Roxanne, you can become Becky, you can become Diana. Get you a colored wig, like a blonde wig, a blue wig, a red wig, a yellow wig, a white wig. Get you a colored wig, honey. Become your alter ego, the one that you become when you're in the shower and you're washing, you're bathing, and you become this sexy person in the mirror that nobody really sees. Become that alter ego and change up your whole look. If you you know, don't wear, like, if you have like short hair, get you a long wig, or if you have long hair, get you a short wig. You know, just change your whole aesthetics up and become your alter ego while being a masseuse to your mate. Spice it up some. You know what I'm saying? So become a masseuse, but become your alter ego at the same time. How cute would that be? What a night would that be? This is just a bonus. So what you can do is typically it's a Valentine's Day is more so for, traditionally, the man will take his wife or the man will take his spouse to a dinner and a movie, and then, you know, it's whatever after that. But thinking outside the box, let's just reverse the roles for a second. Let's cash out him some money. Say, go get your hair cut, go get a fresh lineup, go get spruced up, go get you a nice outfit. Make sure he has what he needs to go do that, to make sure he go get a nice outfit, looking good, smelling good. You go pick him up, tell him what time to be ready. You go pick him up, you take him to dinner. You take him out to wine and dine him, show him a nice town on the city, take him someplace that you've never gone before, do something that you've never done before. You basically just show for him and you show him a good time. Typically, we always used to the man taking us out on a date, you know, making sure that we look good, we smell good, and him showing us on the town. But let's reverse the roles and we do that. We make sure that he look good, we make sure he smell good, and have us chauffeur him around. Just put a spin on it, just to make something a little bit different. How fun and how cute would that be? And wine and dine him, honey. Just wine and dine your man. You know what I'm saying? So those were just a few tips that I just thought about. Thinking when you think outside the box of just your typical date night. I mean, that the typical date stuff can get kind of old after a while. So therefore, when you want to think of date night, you want to think of something a little bit outside the box. I mean, there's so many other things that you could do, but those are just a few things that I just kind of thought about that you could do outside the box. I mean, we're quarantining, so it's not really much we can do unless you want to fight the lines at dinner, at a restaurant or what have you. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If there are any other tips that you ladies want to share with my other ladies, let's have some good dialogue, you ladies. Let's talk about it in the comment section. You guys leave some of your tips or leave some of your plans or your ideas as to what you plan on doing, or some other things that I could possibly implement in our date night or what have you, because my husband and I have been married going on 4 years now. And we've done the date night. We've done the typical date night, such as going out to eat, going to a dinner, going to a movie, going bowling. You know, after a while, that get played out. We want to do something a little bit different, okay? We want, you know, just spice it up a little bit. I want to become my alter ego. I want to become Roxanne, or Diana, or somebody. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, just spice it up a little bit. So let's leave some comments leave your suggestions or your comments, so that some of my other ladies or gentlemen that might be watching this, so that you can kind of get some ideas as to what you want to do for Valentine's Day, because it is a season of love, you guys. It is a season of spreading the love, the joy, and the peace. So guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you keep looking good. Make sure you keep smelling good. And I'll see you guys on my next video.
I wanna get you all alone now and go hide away from the lights, but I don't dare to, I'm too fragile, and for that I do apologize. Maybe someday we can work it out, but I'm afraid it's too late to try. Baby, I don't dare to love you, and you know the reason why. Don't you know I'm way too weak to swim? Can't you feel the waves come crashing in? Running out of safety nets, 'cause every